Hi, I'm Roxy Roberts and these are my 5 staples of the Brighton music scene. So the first stop on the Brighton tour is Trickstar Radio. I opened first in 2014, it's come a long way. Trickstar started off a few years back. It was mostly run by the DJs that actually performed here. So loads and loads of local up and coming artists were given access to this building with all the equipment, and from that a whole network kind of developed. We've got DJs from across the board, so you're mostly looking at underground music culture, anything from bassline to house to techno to grime, drum and bass, you've got the lot here, but it's definitely people that are on the forefront of the music scene. There's a lot of artists that have gone on to do big things that kind of grew themselves here, and it's definitely come a long way since 2014. A couple of mates of mine, Pav and PDC, used to do a show. I sat here, watched them. 2 years later, I walk into the office and go on, Si, give us a show. The show itself is called Pear-Shaped Audio. That's actually a clothing line that my housemate runs, and together we kind of built the show up, and we've been running that for about a year. In Studio 2 for my mid-morning brunch show. Recently had the lovely Sophie Faith on from London, and the talk with her was incredible. The music she's been coming out with, it was just nice to see kind of Brighton and London meeting together and creating the beauty that is her. Definitely stepped up our game, and from that I think, well, a lot of the community in Brighton are starting to recognise that as well across the music scene. I mean, I think we've all been working really hard to kind of push the Brighton sound forward. We do also have guests that come from all across the UK and internationally as well. So yeah, it's been doing big bits, and I'm really proud to be a part of it. It's been a lot of fun, many memories and many shows yet to come. So up next we've got the Hope and Ruin. This place is a nice little bar. It also does some awesome food and is actually a little venue upstairs, so let's check it out. So what started off as the Hope is now the Hope and Ruin, and that happened about 3 years ago. They kind of opened up the space here. Still an intimate venue. I mean, it's about 150 cap, but they gave the opportunity to be up close and personal to the acts going on, and that's when things really took off. Now, we did a show here not too long ago, and we brought down the talented Etta Bond. She came on stage and shut the show down, but before her, 2 local acts that I actually manage as part of Hear No Evil Management performed, and they supported her. So we had Hatter, a rap artist, Brighton local boy, and also Sylvia Wednesday, and she sang the house down. So yeah, those 2 were by far some of the favourite shows that I've seen in Brighton. Not only do you have this sweet earth venue, there's also a really cool bar down with an eclectic mix of ornaments. And also, if you're part of the vegan persuasion, a really good food spot as well. So down here, every night of the week, there's always something to do. You got drinks, you got food, you got DJs. Walk past here, you'll always see it heaving. So here it is, the Hope and Ruin. Up next, we've got a place that has been a big part of my life for a long time now. Smack bang in the middle of the North Lane. In Bond Street, we have Dead Social. So if you're just walking past, you don't always anticipate what's inside. The entrance is a little bit more discreet. You kind of walk through it looks like a small bar, and out you come to this great space, which essentially is half bar, half mini club. This has been pretty much my second home for 5 years now, I'd say. I used to come here back when it was called Ricky Tix. A couple of friends of mine used to run it, and it has actually remained in the family. Some of the old staff there now run this place, and it's called Dead Social, which is a vinyl-only bar. So that's definitely its unique selling point. And we also used to run Brighton Sound Social here. This is where it actually began. They also put on loads of different nights. So there's a garage night, which is garage vinyl only. That one's a wicked shout. Ska nights, hip-hop nights, to a fair bit of rock and indie as well. As long as they have it on vinyl, then you can hear it here. You've got a whole wall down there as well, filled with vinyl, and you can actually grab one of those and request to pop it on. Of course, we also have Wolfsmouth Kitchen over here. This kitchen has been running throughout. Wolfsmouth have only recently taken it over. I actually live with this guy, he's my housemate, and he makes the bad boy pizzas. This is definitely one of my favourite spots. Definitely a different spot to the norm, and it attracts all sorts, especially later on in the night. It's one of the last few places open. So next up on the list, we've got bar, club and terrace. This is Patent. Formerly known as Audio, and is the first venue that I came down to when I moved down here about 10 years ago. This place used to hold loads of nights such as Supercharged, which is actually still running. It's a lot bigger, granted, than it was. It used to be a little Wednesday night that you can get in for £3. Not quite the same anymore, but the acts are huge. So this here is about a 320 cap venue. For a medium-sized venue, the sound is pretty intense. They've got a good amount of kit to fill out the room, and that's why the club nights also work here. You've got good old bass to take you through the room. I have actually put on a few shows here. We've had Children of Zeus down a couple of times, who are just insane if you haven't seen them before, along with KSR. We've had Kulu Blue again supporting, and the lovely Sylvie and Wednesday. We've also had other hip-hop acts like Phonetic. Yeah, I mean, this place is incredible. It's both a club night and live venue again. And they also have a wicked bar upstairs. I must say the espresso martinis are pretty good here. This is the upstairs of Patent. Over here, you've got a smaller stage. I've seen a lot more local bands, usually jazz, soul acts performing up here. And they do regular nights. You've got people like Mr. Bongo who do a residency here. You've got a collective called Shook Girls, and they absolutely smash it. Everything from like jungle to footwork is always a vibe. If you're not having fun downstairs, you certainly are up here. You've also got the terrace, which during the summer, you know those espresso martinis? That's where you'll be drinking them. Last on my list is the Bottega Rooms. This place is something a little bit different to the rest that I've shown you. However, it encapsulates a lot of things that mean something to me. It's mostly run by Audio Active, which is a youth music charity organisation. So Audio Active have been running for years now, and they've helped many young people who are up and coming and who need a space, who may not be able to either afford it or don't have access to equipment. And here with this space, a lot of money was raised through crowdfunder, where they managed to build these studios, and they do have practice rooms, rehearsal rooms, where they run sessions for mostly 25s and under. So here we've got the big room. This is the room that has a stage sponsored by Rag & Bowman. He donated everything to Audio Active because he's one of the veterans of the organisation. We have not only a photography studio, but also a stage. So this is the big room. So here we have one of the recording studios that QM run. This is also the room that I filmed Hear No Evil acoustic session for Sylvie and Wednesday. And lastly, this is Hatter's room. So this is his recording studio. I've spent many evenings in here doing voiceover work, clean edits of songs for radio, and watching these guys perform as I do manage them. This is a studio, and this is all available for people to rent out. So if you're ever down and you want to do a bit of music, you can use this community space. There's a lot going on, there's a lot of people involved, and there's a lot of opportunities that have arisen from this. So it's a nice little community hub, and there is nothing more than we love down here than to bring everyone together. So that's my 5 staples of the Brighton music scene. The reason I love Brighton City so much is because of the music scene. It is one of the most liberal, accepting, versatile, dynamic places that I've been to. I mean, you've got all sorts going on. Every genre of music has a spot and a space here, and they all come together as well. You've even got some of the bigger kind of events happening here. You've got the Great Escape, you've got Fringe. So yeah, this place is incredible. And if you haven't been here before, please come on down, especially when the sun's shining.